Welcome to the Hardcore Closer Podcast. I'm Ryan Stewman, founder of HardcoreCloser.com, and this podcast is all about helping you, the salesperson, close more sales. And look, whether you're selling cars, homes, financial services, consulting, whatever it is that you sell, this podcast is dedicated to help you generate higher quality leads, increase your closing ratios, and show you how to charge premium fees for the items you sell so you can get paid what you're worth. What's up, Closer Nation? Welcome to episode 113 of the Hardcore Closer Podcast, and I am so glad you're here. Listen, if you're a first-timer, be sure to check out the previous episodes. Obviously, there's at least 112 of them. Do me a huge favor and leave me a review on iTunes. Here comes the sales pitch. Wait for it. Listen, reviews on iTunes are how we get found. More people discover this podcast every single day, and they send me messages, and they're like, yo, Ryan, you changed my motherfucking life, dog. Hey, Ryan, I love you, man. You're so awesome. Ryan, I just want to give you blowjobs. I'll leave my husband for you. I get them every day. It absolutely thrills me. But the thing is, I know I'm changing lives. That's why I do this. I don't get paid to do this podcast. I don't have no sponsors. I don't need them. I've got plenty of publicity and plenty of people that see what I'm doing anyway. So, that's just like, I'm doing this for you. That's what I'm getting at. I'm doing this for you. So all I ask is that you leave me a review. All right, break down the rap. Doing this for you. All I need is a review. I'm like Chris Record now. How about that? Yeah, I'm not hating on Chris. Y'all tell him I'm trying to rap like him, though. So the deal is, guys, head over to iTunes, leave me a review, because what happens, I'm trying to get my motivation, my thought process, and everything else in front of 300 million people, and I need your help. If you enjoy the show, I think you owe it to others, and I think you owe it to me for putting this show together every week to go and leave me a review on iTunes, like the Roll Tide CMC. I'm guessing this guy's from Bama. Real world training with out of this world results. 5-star review. I can't recommend Ryan Stewman's THC podcast enough. His straightforward approach to training gets results. I hope my competition doesn't listen. See, hold up. Is that what's going on here? That's why you guys ain't leaving. That's why we don't have 10,000 reviews, but we got 50,000 listeners. I'm on to you, motherfuckers. I'm on, what does it, CT Fletcher say? It's your set, motherfucker. Hey, man, seriously, don't be like that. But he says, Chris Clear, Atlantic Merchant Services. We offer credit card processing solutions to any type of business. To see how we can help you, call 423-677-1229 or visit AtlanticMerchantClear.com. You see, now that's a fucking advertisement, right? So Chris Clear here leaves his review on iTunes, and we read an advertisement in front of 50,000 people. We like to do the same thing for you. All you gotta do is leave a review, and we'll do the same thing for you. That's the whole point here. So before we get into the content, though, I want to, dude, I'm excited. Actually, if you can't tell, a little over the top today, but I'm excited as shit for multiple reasons. One is I'm sitting in La Jolla, California, and I'm going to tell you a story that is it's very heartfelt, very funny. And this is just a real moment in my life. So I flew first class here to La Jolla, California from Dallas, where I live. And I brought my camera guy with me. So now I've got this full video crew. If you're in my coaching programs, you know we're doing things different. While Facebook's having all these problems and ads are getting more expensive, we've gone and done something totally off the grid and something totally different, which is why you want to have a coach and a mentor in your life, someone to help you stay on top of the game. So if you're in Entourage, you know this stuff. But meanwhile, I flew here first class. And I pull up to the La Jolla Hyatt, and it's a very nice hotel. And I'm like, man, I've been to this bitch before. I start looking around. I tell Frank, my camera guy, I'm like, Frank, man, I've been here before. And Frank's like, oh, yeah? For what? And I was like, I don't know. But I've been to this bitch before. And I said, matter of fact, when we pulled on the street that pulls in here, I said, matter of fact, I couldn't afford to stay at this hotel. So I actually stayed at a hotel up the street and walked to this hotel here because I couldn't afford, but I've been here before. I'm like, man, I wonder what event that I was here for. And so I called my assistant and I'm like, yo, Linz. And she's like, dude, it's like fucking midnight. What the fuck do you want? And I'm like, man, I've been at this hotel before, been drinking in first class, can't figure out what the fuck the event that I was here for is. Can you look it up or figure something out and tell me tomorrow? And she goes, I'll get on it now. And it's like, yeah, bitch, don't go to sleep until you figure it out. Nah, me and Lindsay, we don't talk to each other like that, but it just helps the story out. You know what I mean? And so anyway, she hits me up. She's like, yeah, you went to Kent Clothier's boardroom meeting there. And that's where you met Roland Frazier and a bunch of other stuff. And I was like, oh yeah. And what's funny is I roll up to this hotel now, and I not only bought one room, I bought two. I flew here first class, and I remember sitting at the boardroom and watching the people that were speaking at the boardroom event. And no disrespect to anybody that spoke there, but a couple of things happened at that event. At that event, I realized that I had more talent than 90% of the people speaking from the stage. And I was like, one day I'm going to be on that bitch right there. That's going to be me on that stage. Today, that's about to happen. Number two is I ate some weed candy while I was here and, little marijuana gummies or some shit. And we went out to this fancy steak dinner at Eddie V's, I think was the name of the place. And I went out there with, Kent Clothier and, man, who was there? I can see all these guys' names. They were at the time, they were big time internet marketers and they were, famous people. Brad Costanzo, Kent Clothier. Man, there was just like these really cool, I guess Brad and Kent are the only ones that are still around. The rest of them just kind of whatever the fuck. Anyway, so I was like trying to impress these people, and I'm broke as shit. I'm not even staying at the right hotel, and I'm not even sure that I could afford Eddie V's, but I definitely had enough money for some weed. You know what I'm saying? And so I ate this weed candy, and we started having a couple drinks at Eddie V's, and all of a sudden my feet start swelling up, and I'm like, man, what the hell? My feet start swelling up, and they get all like tingly and shit like that. And next thing you know, my head starts swelling up. And dude, within like 2 hours, I had to go to the emergency room in downtown San Diego. And trust me, the emergency room in downtown any big city is a fucked place to be. My head's all swollen. I got hives from head to toe, man. I don't know if it was the weed candy or I'm allergic to the amount of bullshit that I was probably feeding those guys or whatever the hell it was. But man, my shit was fucked up. So now I'm broke. I can't afford dinner. I can't afford a hotel room. And now I got like $1,000 emergency room visit on my credit card. Man, the hives didn't go away for months, man. Like I could feel my shit getting numb and everything else. Like I'm allergic to something out here in La Jolla. And man, it was crazy. It was like a fucking nightmare. And I mean, when I say hives, I mean my head swelled up. Let me explain to you. My head swelled up, which means that like I have big ass lumps on my head, dude. It was crazy. I sent pictures. Me and Amy were just dating. We just barely began dating at the time. And I'm sending her pictures. And I'm like, here, check out this nude. And she's like, opens it. She's like, oh my God, what happened to you? Do you have AIDS? I'm like, no, it's not AIDS. It's herpes. I don't know what the fuck it is, dude. I'm dying. I got to go to the emergency room. It's fucking crazy, man. So I left here and went and spent a bunch of money at doctors in Dallas for them to all tell me, I don't know what the fuck the problem is, bro. And long story short, man, it was a crazy time last time. So when I pulled up yesterday, I was like, oh shit, now I got a chance to redeem myself. So I made sure, first, no weed candy. That shit's dangerous in La Jolla. Second of all, I went and hit the gym this morning to get any toxins that might have come through the air, but I can feel my throat getting a little swole already out here. It's like it's something. I'm allergic to some shit out here in La Jolla. I don't know what the hell it is, but dude, I'm praying my shit don't get all swelled up and lumped. I'll never come back to this motherfucker ever again. For real. Number two, that was the first thing, right? It's like a nice little story because today I'm actually speaking at Frank Kern's event, which has been a lifelong dream of mine. Frank's like my fucking hero. And he asked me a couple of weeks ago, he said, hey man, yo, Stewman, what you talking about, speaking at my event or no? I'm pretty sure that's exactly how the conversation went. And I'm like, yeah, man, I got this. And so I'm going to go out there and speak today in front of his people, and I'm going to blow their mind with my force of average and my story. They came here for marketing, but I'm going to let them leave here with a changed mindset. It's going to be pretty damn cool. The next thing is, man, yesterday was a surreal day for me. First, our company broke income records, which is not something that's easy to do when you run a company as big as mine. Now, some people might say, dude, you running a little 8-employee shop. And I was just with Jeff Bezos. We wasn't like kicking it, but I was at an event where I got to meet him last Friday. And, he has 600,000 employees. I was just reading something about Walmart where they have 3.2 million employees. And so my little 8-man operation really ain't shit. But again, when you're a sales-driven organization and you got 8 people, breaking records isn't exactly easy, especially when we've been setting records for a long time. But yesterday we had a record-breaking day, and I opened up my 9th company. I literally own 9 companies now. It's crazy. I opened it up a few weeks ago, but we just launched the product yesterday. And we've been working on the product for over a year behind the scenes. And it's hard for me to bite my tongue and be quiet because, I'm an excited guy. If you can't tell, I'm fucking excited. What the fuck is your problem? I'm excited. And so I'm excited about life. I sleep good, wake up good. I'm just ready to get it good, And we launched our Phone Sites program. You can check it out at phonesites.com. And we had like almost 200 people sign up on day number 1. We've already had another, I can tell you right now, as we record this early as fuck in the morning, we've had another Wait for it. Another 13 people already before 8 a.m. this morning sign up. And that's without ads, without emails, without anything else. I see nothing but phone site links as I'm scrolling through Facebook. I created a software that allows you to create a landing page and a sales funnel from your mobile device in less than 5 minutes. You heard that correct. No more needing a desktop or laptop. You can create a website and a sales funnel from your phone in 5 minutes. There's no need to download an app. There's no need to go to the app store. There's no need to do anything. You just hop on Safari or Chrome and you just go to phonesites.com, sign up, join it. And dude, you can build a website from your mobile device. Like, it's so easy. My 5-year-old can do it. My 6-year-old struggles a little bit, but my 5-year-old can knock this shit out, right? It's easy. You don't have to be tech smart. You don't have to understand tech language. You don't have to have built sales funnels before. It's software for the rest of us, right? Like, one of the things that, I teach at Break Free Academy is how to build landing pages and how to use things like ClickFunnels and Lead Pages, which are great softwares, but they're not for the rest of us. People always leave the event and go, damn it, man, I wish I just had more time to figure out this whole funnel thing. And I thought, man, salespeople don't really have time. When we're on the clock, we're trying to make sales. It's bottom line. We're trying to make sales, and we don't have time other than shitting to not be on the phone. And so I thought, well, what if somebody could take a dump and build a website by the time that they were ready to wipe? How fucking cool would that be? And that's what I did, because I'm an inventor like that. Bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And phone sites is just that. Like, you've got ClickFunnels. Well, now we have shit funnels. And you can literally make a website in 5 minutes from your phone with an offer, a sub headline, a picture, a video. You can tie it into any CRM. You can put a Facebook pixel if you're advanced. I'm not one to pat my own back or suck my own dick. But if I could bend over right now and reach, you know what I'm saying? And my shoulders are pretty big, so I can't really pat myself in the back either. But this is what Mrs. Hardcore Closer's for, in case you're wondering. But among many other things, obviously. But dude, I'm fucking stoked, man. And to see people that have told me that, dude, I've been struggling for years to make a sales funnel and your shit solved that problem. I feel like I cured the cancer of the marketing world, right? Yes, Dr. Stewman, PhD, play a hating degree. And so, man, I'm just excited. So go over to phonesites.com. You're not going to believe how much it is right now. It's only $19 a month or $199 for an entire year. Now, listen, that's going to change because once we get out of beta mode, because we just launched yesterday, so we're looking to take on probably the first 1,000 people. Once we get out of beta mode, we're going to bump it up to $47 a month, but that'll be the most it ever costs. And we're going to roll out an affiliate program, so you'll be able to actually sell it and make $20 a month residual from our affiliate program as well. So it's going to be huge for you. It could be a moneymaker for you. So if you're a sales manager, you could get your entire team signed up on it. You can make monthly residual income from them. This is not multi-level marketing, by the way. It's just paying you for helping me spread the word. That's it. But for right now, you can get on. There's no affiliate program right this second. You can get on for $19 a month or $199 for the year, and you lock that rate in for life. So go over to phonesites.com. That's right, like a website from your phone, motherfucker. Phonesites.com, and I dare you to not make a funnel in 5 minutes. I dare you. Can't do it. You know what you have to do to not make a funnel in 5 minutes? You got to stare at your phone and then just not fill in the blanks. It's literally fill in the blank, upload a picture from your phone. Like, dude, it's the coolest thing that I have ever invented. And I've invented some really cool stuff. There's this, anyway, I've invented some really cool shit. Clixo, Break Free Academy, Hardcore Closer. I've written a lot of creative stuff, man. I've done a lot of cool things. I've worked on a lot of projects with celebrities and everything else. And this is the thing that I'm most excited about because it solves a major problem in the marketplace. So go over to phonesites.com, and you can expect me not to shut the fuck up about phonesites.com for the rest of the remainder that we're doing these podcasts. Like, they are the Phone Sites, the official sponsor of the Hardcore Closer podcast. All right, everybody. Now that we are got through all that, let's jump into the episode. You ready? Let's talk about 5 ways to stay motivated when you're feeling burned out. You ever felt burned out? Man, I used to think that marijuana was like, how Popeye, he got spinach and he have a can of spinach is like da-da-da-da-da-da, or whatever the fuck the song goes. And then, he was all pumped up and he'd go do crazy shit. His forearms get all big like he'd been jerking off and shit like that. He would just go handle business. And I thought marijuana was like my spinach, minus the big forearms and jerking off part. Which, you smoke pot, you might jerk off often anyway, because you probably don't have the balls to go out and hit up on chicks when you're at the bar. But that's another story for another day. And anyway, so I thought that marijuana was the thing that allowed me to stay motivated when I was burned out. But really what marijuana was doing was burning me out faster. And I want to share with you today, and I got nothing. If you smoke pot, fine. I don't give a fuck. That's your business, right? It's your life. You do you. I don't count your money. I don't tell you how to sin or not to sin. I am not the Lord. I am not Jesus. I am not God, and I am not your boss, right? All I'm trying to do is tell you things from my personal experience, so I am not judging you. I am leading you. There is a huge difference, okay? So just want to get that little disclaimer out of the way there. But, man, a lot of people get burned out, especially if you are working in sales or if you own a business. It's like, dude, no matter how much money you make, there's always more out there. And no matter how much time you put in it, the job is always demanding more. We neglect our families. We neglect our fitness. I woke up this morning and worked out. Even though I'm on the road, I always bring gym shoes and workout clothes with me, even though I'm on the road, just because I can't neglect that fitness, because I know we're all tempted to do that shit on a regular basis, right? We say, oh, man, I'll just get working out today, and I'll go make more sales to make up for it. Man, just 1% trajectory, 1% improvement. At the end of the year, you got 365% improvement. You almost 4 times better than you were at the beginning of the year, just 1% a day. And so I want you to think about this. And really, if you take the compound, because if you are 101% on day 2 and then you're 101.1% on day 3, it's actually more than 300. It's close to 400%. And so I want to talk to you about how I stay motivated when I'm feeling burned out. We were working on this phonesites.com, which you should totally buy, project for a year now. It cost me a lot of money and cost me a lot of time. And honestly, there were times when I felt like just giving up and being like, well, ClickFunnels and lead pages, they're already doing a good job, and people deserve to suffer and try to figure that shit out. People are just lazy. Fuck it. We shouldn't do it. And man, I had to stay motivated because I knew I was on to something. When I created Break Free Academy, it's like, man, people go to events all the time and they leave there feeling all pumped up, and then they don't get shit done afterwards because the work shows up. I wanted to solve that problem. And when I was working on solving that problem and building that business, it wasn't easy. We've had over 1,300 people sign up for Break Free Academy Entourage in the last year and a half. And that shit is not easy, pushing that many people through. We got, probably 600 active people right now. We used to do it monthly. Now we only do it annually for $3,000. You can go to bfaentourage.com and apply. But that shit's not easy, keeping that many people. When we set up Push to Excellence, which is my $25,000 for 6-month personal coaching program where people come to my office once a month and get on the phone with me once a week, man, that shit's not easy. We got 60 people in that program. It's not exactly easy. And 6 months they leave and they go into Entourage or whatever the case may be. And we have to replace those people, dude. I have 9 companies that I run. And it's easy for me to just say, I'm burned out, man. I'm out. Struck match. Like the old ashy crackhead down the street, right? It's easy for me to be like that. But the thing is, I can't, because my friend Marshall Silver once said this. He said, I do not have the luxury to afford to be sick. I do not have the luxury. You're hearing this from Ryan Stewman. I do not have the luxury to afford to be burned out. So I've got to stay motivated when I'm burned out. And I broke it down to 5 things, because that's what we do on this show. 5 things that have helped me stay motivated when I'm burned out, and so that you can stay motivated when you're burned out as well. I know many of you that sell mortgages, cars, and real estate. You're like, dude, I'm working after hours. I'm working late, fucking losing contracts. I got a house in Plano that I've had 4 contracts on that's fallen out. And every one of them loves the house. And then they have this second thought about the location of the home. The side of the house, it backs up to a pretty major street. And they all say it's too noisy, but I put new windows in. You can't hear shit inside the house. And they say, oh, it's noisy in the backyard. Like, you're in the backyard. Backyards are fucking noisy anyway. I don't understand what the fucking problem is. But I've had 4 people pay me $1,000 in option money. So I've made $4,000 from the home. So that's nice. But I've had 4 people pay me the option money and then back the fuck out on the house. And, I get burned out on that shit. But all I can do is just fucking go back out there and work a deal on that house and keep after it, right? I mean, I get it. We work our ass off to get things under contract, and then it falls out. The shit will burn you the fuck out. I know what it's like to be a real estate agent. I know what it's like to be a loan officer. I know what it's like to be a car guy. I know the feeling of being a insurance salesperson. I know the feeling of somebody who's selling alarms door to door in the evening time. I own an alarm company too. I know that stuff. And so if you're feeling burned out, my brothers and sisters, I got some help for you today. Number 1, you got to find your why. Now, your why has to be something bigger than yourself. In order for you to find a motivation, it has to be something bigger than you. My friend Mike Reese, one time, he told me, Mike's a bigger fella. He's like my size and a little bit taller. And he was running like 20 miles at a time. And for me, which is unfathomable because I run like 2 and I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm going back to the weights. And I said, Mike, how the fuck you run 20 miles at a time, man? He was on this David Goggins kick, which David's a friend of mine. And just shameless plug there. I'm cool like that. And Mike says, well, the thing with me is I pretend like I'm in Afghanistan and I only have 6 hours to go and grab my kids and rescue them and get them back. I have a why that's bigger than me. And so when he wants to quit, his motivation is, hey, my kids, what if they die? What if they are, what if they're captured by terrorists and I can't get them and get back to the chopper? Get to the chopper, right? Like I'm fucked. So you need to find a why in your life. My why is because I'm trying to leave such a significant legacy behind that people will never forget me. I want to be the Jim Rohn. I want to be the Tony Robbins. I just want to be Ryan Stewman, but I want to be big like those guys where like I leave a legacy behind. Like when I stop breathing, motherfuckers don't stop believing. You know what I'm saying? And that's my why. So the compassion that I have for the, like, just not just the sales community, but for humans in general is unparalleled. I really do give a fuck. I might come across as crass. I might come across as an asshole from time to time, but I really do fucking care about people and helping them solve their problems because I've had a life full of nothing but problems until recently. And my why is to help other people solve their problems because I know what it feels like to break free and be liberated from those problems. So you got to find your why. It may be your kids. It ain't money. I promise you that. It ain't building a business. I promise you that. It ain't it might be buying a Lamborghini. A lot of Lamborghinis they really push people fucking, Andy Frisella says the reason why his company is successful as it is because he wanted the Lamborghini that bad. It might be horses. It might be horsepower. It might be a Harley. It might be that house. It might be that marriage. You might want to, find your wife to find out that you want to, there's a chick that you want to marry that won't give you the time of day until you become the type of person that she would want to ask the time, right? And so you have to find your why. For me, it's everybody. It's not just Amy and my kids. It's everybody. I want to leave a significant impact on this world that when Stewman stops breathing, everybody says, man, that guy made a difference. And so when I'm thinking on that level, I can't just be like, man, I'm fucking tired. I'm calling it a night. Like, I'm tired. I got to push through tonight. Man, I'm tired, but the thing that I'm trying to do is going to make me tired. So I just got to stay tired and get it. But the truth is, I'm like Kevin Gates. I'll get tired, huh? But you have to find your why. And again, it's not money. It's the thing that money does for you. And for me, it's not even about money. Luckily for me, I've got that. So probably that people say, well, you have money. That's why you don't worry about it. That's kind of true because I worried about it a lot when I didn't have it. But I realize now that I got it, there's bigger things than that. And yes, I need money. I do. Send me yours. Buyphonesites.com. Sign up at bfaentourage.com, like all that good stuff. By all means. We are not UNICEF or a charity. But my why is bigger than money. It's the things that money can do for me. I'm the type of cat to get money and then go create phone sites with it. Y'all don't know this. Don't tell nobody. It's a secret. Okay, just keep it between me and 50,000 of you. But I live on a salary. I know that's crazy, huh? I live on a salary. I never had a salary job my entire life until the last 3 years. As a matter of fact, I built my whole reputation around never having a salary job, and I got one. Now, I created that motherfucker, and I live on a pretty modest salary. You guys want to know how much money I make every month? How much money you think? Just give me a minute. How much money you think I pay myself every month? I pay myself $30,000 a month. And it's $360,000 a year. And I live with the life that I live with that money. The houses, the cars. I would be like the bad bitches, but I only got one bad bitch. She bad though. She real bad. She had 11.5 on a scale of 1 to 4. She 11.5. Y'all seen my wife? God damn, I'm a lucky motherfucker. And she likes me. Most people got fine ass wife like Amy, and she don't even like them. Amy talking about her friends, talking about I ain't giving my husband a blowjob in 2 years. Fuck that motherfucker. Amy's like, really? Well, I love Stewman's dick. Oh, my husband got that good dick. Anyway, she's going to listen to this. Good thing she doesn't listen to it. Please don't share it with her because she'd be like, she'd shut it down. I wouldn't be able to tell you these stories no more. She'd be like, God damn it, Ryan. That's it, you motherfucker. I'm giving you another blowjob. Anyway, so, but the thing is like, it's just full of jokes today. You're going to love this one. This is awesome. But the thing is like, you have to have this why. And it's got to be bigger than you. Like say you want that chick, you got to become that person. In order for me to have a woman like Amy, I had to become the person I am today. And you might say, well, now that you have money, Ryan. You don't worry about these things. But I pay myself only $30,000 a month. I live with the cars, the wife, and everything else on $30,000 a month. And I still have a shit ton of money left over. One thing people think that I'm fucking stupid financially. You know, like people say, you know, oh, he's buying all these cars and he just like goes and flies first class everywhere. I saw, dude, like Stewman, there's some Jewish financial fucking background in me somewhere in my heritage, right? I mean, I'm sitting on that right now because like, dude, me and Robert talk about this, who by the way is Jewish. And we talk about this, like, I still have like every dollar I made last year, even after paying taxes. Like, I'm really good with money. And people think I just blow it and squander it and shit like that. But you don't see me at the club having bottle service. You don't see me taking countless vacations, right? I might work some fun in while I'm in La Jolla and things like that. But I'm not just out there blowing money. And I invest the money that I make. Like last year, obviously, my company's made a hell of a lot more than $360,000. But I invest that money into phone sites and into ClickSo and into Break Free Academy Entourage resources and into things that we offer people that's exclusive in our programs, because I have a why. My why is bigger than money. And I live like I get paid every 2 weeks and I get paid and I'm like, okay, that's awesome. I usually don't even spend it. Like there was people that were making fun of me. They're like, this cat has $500,000 in cars and he lives in like a $500,000 home. And my home's like probably 650. I think the realtor that we were talking about selling it with a couple of weeks ago said that he would get 650 for it. I paid $440 for my home and rehabbed it a little bit, which is, you know, what you do, you buy right and then you sell it at the top of the market, which is what we're thinking about doing. We've been there for 2 years and I really love it because my mortgage payment is like $2,100 a month. Think about it, I make $30,000 a month and my mortgage payment is $2,100 a month and I'm completely debt free other than my mortgage. My cars are paid for by the companies. And, you know, a lot of people think, you know, oh, he's just blowing money on cars and all this other stuff, but that's not the case at all. My cars are paid for by the companies and my mortgage payment is $2,100 a month. I'm debt free. My businesses are debt free. I don't owe money to the bank on my mortgage business or on my real estate business. I don't owe money to the bank on Break Free Academy or Hardcore Closer or phone sites or ClickSo or Your Free Alarm or Closer Marketing or Wolfman Asset. I don't owe money to the bank anywhere. And so, you know, when you don't owe money, it's some Dave Ramsey shit. I'm going crazy on y'all, right? But this is some Dave Ramsey shit. When you don't owe money to the bank and you make a decent salary, it's funny how much you can keep. It really is. And so instead of me having a bunch of debt all over the place, I got like zero debt other than my mortgage, which is minimum. And I get tax deductions and shit because of that mortgage. And so my why isn't about money. I have plenty of that. There's a lot more month than check for me. And some of you make more than $30,000 a month right now. And you're like, how the fuck is he living that? But some of y'all be living in fucking $1 million homes and paying $10,000 a month in rent and doing just stupid shit with your money. I'm not that guy. I'm very sensible with my money. Like I said, I got that Stewman, right? That Stewman, that fine financial acumen in there. Okay. And plus I come from the financial background, right? I come from not only a financial background, but a background that I've seen people with bad credit and that are over leveraged that can't get what they want. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be a slave to debt. I don't want to borrow. I don't have partners. I got some investors on a couple of my companies, but I don't have partners. I don't have banks that I owe money to, and I don't have my credit leverage to shit, man. I could go right now to any bank anywhere in the world. I got an 800 million credit score. I can go to any bank in the world and go, give me some goddamn money, and they're going to give me some goddamn money. But I don't want their money. And it's funny how that works. When you don't need their money, they want to get you. I get letters every day. It's like, we give you $1 million. For what? I got $1 million. What else you going to do? I use my own shit. Don't have to pay interest on it. Right? That's what I got. My buddy and client, Ali Awad, Muslim dude. He said, Muslims, this halal. We don't pay interest on things. I'm like, no shit. Damn. And he also said that they only pay 2%. We're like, Christians pay 10% in tithe to the church. Muslims only pay 2.6%. That's what he said, 2.6%. And they give it to any charity or the homeless they want. I'm like, damn, now that's a solid financial religion right there. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Jesus want 10%. Muhammad only want 2.6. I don't know where the 0.6 came from, and I could be wrong about that, but still, that's it's not bad. So anyway, I'm just got tons of religious jokes. Okay, just going off color here, but you got to find your why. And I'm telling you, when you get to the level like where I'm at, the why is not money. The why is the significance and the legacy, and being able to have your own podcast and make off color, religious jokes. Number 2, you got to tap into your energy. You see, we all have energy. And if you're feeling burned out, it's because you're not tapped into your energy. It's real simple. If you're tired of shit right now, let's say you're listening to this at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the baddest bitch you know, or the dude with the biggest dick you ever seen for the ladies, right? 6-pack abs, big dick, exact opposite of me, by the way. But like this dude shows up and he just like tossing your dick in the face, like you're just like loving it, you know what I'm saying? Or she just putting the pussy right in front of you. You gonna find the energy to fuck that. You gonna tap into that energy. You gonna be tired of shit, dead ass asleep. The finest motherfucker you ever see shows up. Oh, you sucking dick and oh, you eating pussy. That's for sure. That's gonna happen. Okay. Again, we staying off color as a motherfucker on this show today. But you have energy. What I'm saying is all of a sudden you tap into that sexual energy. All of a sudden you fucking, and you riding and fucking on top of her and all this other stuff. Like you got it. You got this energy. Let's say that you're burn the shit out from the end of the day, but then you go play video games for 2 hours. Or you go to the club for 3 or 4 hours. Or you go to the bar and have drinks. You got energy. Problem is you're using that energy in the wrong manner. You got to tap into that same energy. And really, sexual energy, I make jokes about sucking dick and eating pussy, but sexual energy is the most powerful energy we have. And if you can truly tap into that shit, which I have, if you can truly tap into that shit, it is a fucking game changer for you. Because we always down to fuck. The right person shows up, we always down to fuck. And if you ain't down to fuck with the right person, the right two people show up in your life, you down to fuck both of them for sure. So, especially if you're a dude, you don't get an opportunity to have threesomes very often with two chicks. Guys, if you're married, I do not recommend doing that. Been there, done that, fuck that bill up for sure. That's one of the reasons I've been divorced. That was divorce number 1, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the thing, though. You got to tap into that energy. We got the energy. You just got to flip the switch from the energy focused towards video games or going out or sex or whatever it is, and flip the switch and get the energy going towards the mission that you're on. Okay? The mission that you're on, the focus back on your work. But you got to not back on your work, focus back on your why. You got to turn that energy towards your why. So once you discover what it is that's greater than yourself that must be done, you've got to tap into that energy to make sure that you can do that, right? It's like, oh, this is bigger than me, so it's going to take more energy than I have. I'm going to tap into it. Number 3 is you burn the bridges so there's no going back. Burn the bridges. So once you get focused on a mission, and by the way, focus is the biggest weapon we have against the force of average on this planet. Once you get focused on the mission and you know what the mission is, so you have your why, you've tapped into your energy, you have to burn the bridge so there's no fucking turning back. Once I started with phone sites and I signed the contract and started shifting money and started testing and shit like that, there was no going back. There wasn't we made it this far. Fuck it. We're out of here. Thanks for your time, Jordan. We're done. There wasn't. I burned the bridge. There was no stopping. This shit was painful. We had a lot of shit we had to go through. We had a lot of bugs we had to fix. We just launched yesterday. We found a lot more bugs that we got to fix. That's why we've got the low introductory price of $19 per month. You can go to phonesites.com and sign up for it. That's why we have those things. But I have to burn the bridges to where there's no, okay, we're just going to take it off the market. We failed. No, motherfucker, we're here to solve problems. We're here to cure the cancer of the internet marketing and sales community. And there is no going back from that. Once I made that statement that that's who the fuck I am and that's the fuck I'm going to do, there's no let's just, I'm watching, I hate this about the gym. Like I go to LA Fitness and the fucking news is all over the fucking TV when you're on the cardio machines. I hate it. And you can't not see it because it's a big ass fucking screen right in front of you. And no matter how hard you try, if you close your eyes and try to run on a treadmill, I'm not that talented. Maybe you can do it. I can't. And I don't want to bust my ass in front of the fine chick next to me. And who's 150 years old because I live in an old people part of town. She used to be fine. No, she was fine. A motherfucker back in the 40s. But anyway, I see the article yesterday on like CNN or whatever fucking fake news channel is out there. And it says that Shania Twain, who's a Canadian, said that she liked Trump and that she was backpedaling. She said, well, I don't like him that much because her fans got all pissed off. And now, I don't give a fuck if you like Trump or not. I like him. Fuck you if you don't like me because of that. I don't give a fuck, right? But I went to Trump University and shit like that. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. But I say that to stand by it. There's no burning. There's no backpedaling for me. I've been saying that since day one. I don't think the dude is morally I don't know about his morals and shit. Like he cheat on his wife, whatever. Fuck, that's his business. I just want him to run the country the way that he's running a business, which he's doing a damn good job, in my opinion. And if you don't like that, that's cool. We ain't got to agree on everything. But I figure most people that own a business probably appreciate that opinion. It'll be the first time I vote this year. I'm gonna vote for him, and or not this year, but when the time comes around, I'm gonna vote this year for the first time to make sure that we keep enough people in the house to anyway, long story short, I shouldn't have got on a little tangent there. But anyway, Shania Twain, I'm going to vote this year, damn it. That's what I'm saying. Shania Twain said that she liked Trump, and all these people start, because the people that don't like somebody are usually louder than the people that agree with you. And so then she backpedaled. She said, well, I don't like everything about him. And like me, there's no backpedaling, man. If I say something, if I do something, I burn the bridges. There's no going back. It is what it is. There's no going back. If I it's like T.I. said, if I said it in a minute, and what, punk motherfucker? right? That's how I feel. And so if I'm tapped into this energy and I know what this why is, there's no other alternative. There's no, oh, well, maybe it wasn't such a good idea after all. No, we're going to fuck it up till it burns to the ground. And then we're going to figure out how to rebuild and resurrect that bitch from the ashes. Number 4, I learned this from my good friend David Goggins, is embrace the suck. That's what they say in the Navy SEALs. Man, when you are working and you're burnout and shit is tough and shit is coming against you and the force of average is kicking you in the dick constantly, man, just embrace that shit. When I'm running, I run a couple miles several times a week. I ran a couple miles today, and here in California, in the hills in California, and ain't no joke, but I live in a neighborhood called the Hills and in Dallas, and my neighborhood ain't no joke either. The fucking hills are rough, and it makes for good cardio, you know what I'm saying? But when you're running, man, your back hurts. Your legs hurt, your calves hurt, your hips hurt. I'm old as shit. Everything on my body hurts. And I can't just quit. I have to embrace the suck. Hey, that's just going to be part of it. It's just going to hurt while I run. That's why I'm doing it. Because if it felt good, everybody would do it. Everybody would have big ass arms like I do. And everybody would, be, I don't have a 6-pack by any stretch of imagination, but everybody'd have big ass legs and big ass calves and shit like I do. If running felt good, everybody would do it. Running feels horrible. So most people don't do it. Running sucks. David Goggins will tell you running sucks. David Goggins will tell you that genetically, African Americans' bone density makes it almost impossible for them to be good swimmers. He learned that as he was becoming a Navy SEAL and doing his research. And so he said that it sucked swimming. That was the hardest part of the whole fucking process, is because he's African American, something with the bone density and how it works when he explained it to me. And he said that it was the fucking hardest part, but he embraced that the most. Why? Because you embrace the things that suck, because the things that are hard make you better. I also know about the Navy SEALs. One of the reasons people quit isn't because they can't lift the log. It isn't because they can't run. It isn't because they quit Hell Week because it's cold. You ever been in the Pacific Ocean? It's fucking cold. You got to get in the Pacific Ocean at 4 a.m. without a wetsuit after running 20 miles and little sleep. That sucks. You got to embrace the suck, man. That's how you get through the shit. So in your job, you ain't a Navy SEAL. So in your job, it's going to suck. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be people that hate on you. There's going to be employees that quit. There's going to be employees that make stupid decisions and cause unnecessary shit. Embrace that shit. It's just fucking part of it. You're going to be tired. You're going to be worn out. Do it anyway. Embrace the suck. It's just part of it. Life's going to suck some days. If life was great every day, we'd all live in utopia. We don't live in utopia. We live on Earth. And so it's going to suck. So you might as well get fucking prepared for it. Get used to it. And when the suck shows up, go, oh, hey, suck. I'm glad that you're here. I could use a blowjob today. There's one thing that you suck at, sucking dick. Come on, suck this dick. Anyway, so embrace the suck. Number 5, last one, just crazy ass episode today. Yes, I know. Number 5, execute until you're done. Keep doing it. When you want to quit, do it anyway. When the world tells you to stop, do it anyway. When I wrote my first book, my family and everybody else told me, you shouldn't tell this story. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. I did it anyway. I executed until I was done. When I started phonesites.com and I started this business, people said, man, you're going to piss off Russell Brunson. You're going to piss off Clay. You're going to piss off all these people. It's like, no, man, I'm not competing with them. I'm solving a problem that they decided not to solve. And I'm going to execute until I'm done. And I'm still executing right now. Since we've been on this show recording, we've already made another 15 sales. I see the notifications coming across on my phone. People starting to wake up. They're starting to see the shit and they're starting to buy it. I'm going to execute until I'm done. I got to show up here in a short period of time and go downstairs and talk in front of a room full of very intimidating people. I'm going to execute that shit till I'm done. Meanwhile, here I am doing this podcast before I got all that done after I worked out this morning. I'm just executing. You know what I'm saying? The executioner is back in the house once again. I'm just doing this shit. And I'm going to do this shit until it's done. And you know when it's done? The day I die. The day I die. Motherfucking mark my words. I'll be closing sales from my motherfucking hospital bed. But I ain't going out like no punk in a hospital. If they try to put me out like that, I'm walking the fuck out of that bitch. Like, y'all I ain't trying to die in no hospital, man. I'm trying to die somewhere where it's pretty and shit like that. It's like Tupac said, only fear of death is coming back reincarnated. But, if I can move, I ain't finna sit there hooked up to no machines. Fuck it. If y'all telling me I'm gone, I'm gone. Anyway, I'm getting the fuck out of there. I'm going to execute till the day that I'm done. The day that I'm done is the day that I die. Why? Because I know my why. So let me recap this shit real quick. Number 1, find your why. It's got to be bigger than you. It can't be money. Number 2, tap into that energy. Like I said, if a bad bitch shows up, you're going to want to fuck. You will wake up for that shit. Wake up for your job. Wake up for your kids. Wake up for your fucking fitness. Wake up for your finances. Wake up for your family. Wake up for the faith inside yourself. Burn the bridges so there's no going back. Number 3, don't give yourself an opportunity to relent. Number 4, embrace the suck. Life is going to suck. Shit's going to show up that fucks you up, man. But just get used to it. Embrace that shit and deal with it anyway. Pussies quit when shit gets hard. Motherfucking closers persist against all odds. Number 5, execute until that shit's done. And let me tell you, brother-in-law, it ain't done until you die. If you set a limit on yourself, you see, when I hit $1 million, I'm done. I hit 10 million, I'm done. If you set a limit on yourself, you already lost the game. Because a motherfucker like me is a no-limit soldier. And there ain't a limit on my life. And until the day I die, like MGK said, I'm the man till I die. I know he says from the land. I'm not from Cleveland. I'm from Dallas. But till I die. Matter of fact, when I come out on stage today, I'm coming out to Machine Gun Kelly. Come out to a little more. Pretty excited about that. All right, man. So make sure you go over to hardcorecloser.com. Catch the show notes, all the good stuff. Check out the Get Your Mind Right podcast. Give me 5 minutes first thing in the morning every single day of your life. We'll change your mind. We'll change your life. Go sign up at phonesites.com. Go over to phonesites.com. Check out the software. I dare you to fuck up a funnel. I dare you. I dare you to fuck up the. I dare you to just go over there and tell me that it's impossible to do that shit. It is not. It's so easy. A kindergartner can't do it. And if your ass can't do it, you take your ass back to kindergarten, motherfucker. Also, I appreciate you dealing with my off-color humor, man. I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm on this show. I'm just showing up as real Ryan. We don't cut this shit. We don't chop this shit. We don't backpedal on shit. It just is what it is. When you show up and you listen to me, whether I'm speaking at an event or whether I'm speaking on here, hate me or love me, you're going to get the real me. You're not going to get some Joel Osteen, squinty-eyed motherfucker talking about my daddy. My daddy just set me up with this church that makes so much money. You're not going to get that shit from me. You're going to get real, unfiltered motherfucking Ryan motherfucking Stewman. And that's what the fuck I do every single week. And that's all I can be because I'm not trying to pretend to be somebody else. Somebody asked me one time, he said, why aren't you a nice guy? And I am a nice guy. I'm actually a really nice guy. But I don't got to kiss nobody's ass. You know why? Because I don't have no skeletons in my closet. Everything I do is on the table. You got a question for me? Join Entourage. You can ask me, and I'll answer that bitch honest as fuck. You got a question for me? I'll tell you. People passed around my criminal record not too long ago talking about he been in all these domestic disputes. Yeah, I stab motherfuckers and shit too. It's all on there. I don't give a fuck though. I don't hide it. If you go read my book, it talks about what happened in every scenario. And I was a bad guy. I never sat here and said, you know, I used to be Jesus and now I'm Ryan. I sat here and said I used to be fucking Breeze from up the fucking block that sold fucking crack to crackheads in fucking East Dallas. And now I'm fucking refined guy here that's changed my entire life. But you're getting a real fucking version of me. You're not getting some fucking washed off, you know, plastic version where I'm talking about, well, you know, everything's perfect in my life. Drove to work today in a McLaren that was handed to me because, you know, just believe the law of attraction. And it just like flew out of the fucking sky and almost hit me. It like slammed in the ground. Next, you're not going to get that. You go get some real shit. I got the fucking McLaren because I worked for it. And I got the second one because I worked even harder because the shit motivated me on the first one. And I bought the NSX because I fucking like that shit too. I got the Maserati because that shit's a fuck family car. And so on and so forth. I got the truck because I got a construction business. So you get the real shit. So I appreciate you sitting here today. Listen to this. If you thought the shit was hilarious, share it with someone that's got fucked up humor too. And, you know, if you're offended, maybe you shouldn't be such a weak fuck, right? Maybe you should embrace the fact that we all have differences. And if you can't laugh at the things that are weird in life, then you probably are doing life the wrong way. We'll catch you on the next episode, everybody. Later.